Thank you, Chairman. Now, personally, I'm ideologically opposed to movement taxes. I believe that moving across non-private land is a fundamental human right that all human beings should enjoy. And so I don't appreciate any time that a tax is imposed on people to move in and out of their home, to move in and out of their business, to move in and out of their place of leisure, to move in and out of a place where they go for medical services. I think that's wrong. Now, it's true that people have raised that this disproportionately affects those who are more vulnerable, who have less money to spend, because of course they're less likely to be able to afford that new movement tax. But that's not my issue. My issue is that movement taxes themselves are unsound. They just shouldn't be proposed. I've heard a couple of people already speak about the problem with referenda. I believe they're wrong, and I'd like to explain why. Of course, there is absolutely scope for wide discussion in a referendum, because both sides put their arguments to the public, and the public think about those arguments, and then they come to a decision. But fundamentally, the final decision is, shall we do this thing that's proposed or not? It is a binary choice. But leading up to it, wide range of discussion can and would be had on both sides of the argument. That is always the case. Now, if you don't put your argument well enough to win, that's your fault. That's not down to the public. And what I'm most worried about in this criticism of referendums is it's mistrustful of the public. It suggests that you're capable of thinking of these deep issues, but they aren't. Well, of course they are. Of course they are. So it's not fair to say that. I believe that a referendum is necessary here. I wouldn't always say this because referendums are expensive. That's true. And you won't want to have a referendum for every small decision you make. But this fulfills the need for a referendum for two reasons. First of all, it is fundamentally transformative of the area. It will affect everyone, it will affect them dramatically, and will affect them forever. And you may well be looking back in 10 years and thinking, what on earth did we do? It's that transformative, it's that effective. You can see that by the huge voting positions where 81%, I think it was, said that they oppose it. I mean, you've got to listen to that. You've got to listen to it. But the second reason is because you could argue, I will go ahead anyway, if you'd already made the case. If you'd already gone to the public in a previous election and said, this is what we're going to do, please vote for us, and then they all voted for you. Well, of course, then you've got a mandate. Then you can say, I don't need to have a referendum. We've already said we were going to do this, and you voted us in. But you didn't. You didn't. Now, I would just ask every one of you to think about this. We all depend, as councillors, on the goodwill of the public in trusting that we'll do our job properly. If we take something this dramatic forwards without a democratic mandate, it affects us all forever. It makes people think, well, what's the point? I don't trust them anymore. We don't need that. We don't want it. We're only able to do the work we do with the support of the public. So I will absolutely be supporting a referendum. Please, everyone, do so. Thank you.